Have you ever locked eyes with someone, heard their name with absolute clarity, and watched it completely evaporate from your mind just 3 seconds later? It feels deeply humiliating. You stand there nodding politely, while an internal voice instantly screams that you are careless, socially awkward, or intellectually flawed. Society has conditioned us to believe that this sudden blank space is a shameful defect. But as someone who spends their life untangling the hidden wiring of the human mind, I need to tell you a very different truth. Psychology reveals that this terrifying moment of social failure is not a glitch in your system. If you are a deep thinker, forgetting that name is actually the ultimate proof of a highly complex, overactive brain operating at a frequency most people simply cannot comprehend. To truly understand why this happens, we need to look under the hood at the cognitive blueprint of a mind that simply refuses to stay on the surface. First, consider the brain's natural rejection of meaningless auditory labels. In cognitive psychology, a name is mostly an arbitrary sound devoid of real substance. Why would a mind designed to analyze complex emotional depths waste its energy memorizing a random word? Your brain craves narrative, context, and authenticity. Without an immediate emotional anchor to trigger a spike in dopamine, your neural pathways simply discard the name as irrelevant data. Second, you are battling the hidden exhaustion of cognitive overload and metacognition. When a deep thinker steps into a social interaction, they aren't just saying hello. Your mind is instantly running a dozen background processes. You are scanning their body language, regulating your own anxiety, and constantly thinking about your own thinking. How can you possibly encode a new isolated piece of information when your mental bandwidth is entirely consumed by running these complex social diagnostics? Third, we must acknowledge our ancestral hardwiring for facial recognition. Human survival has always depended on reading the micro-expressions on a face to determine if someone is a threat. Long before we ever invented modern names, your brain devotes an entire specialized region just to decoding faces, prioritizing visual survival data over fleeting words. Fourth, there is the sheer lack of neural association in superficial settings. Memory is not a filing cabinet, it is an associative network. A fast, shallow greeting does not give a complex brain the time it needs to build a structural bridge between a new sound and existing knowledge. Without that neural link, the information is completely isolated, and random data is exactly what your brain is programmed to delete. Because your brain naturally deletes random data, stop punishing yourself when a name slips away. You are not broken. Your mind simply prioritizes profound human depth over shallow labels. If you want real psychology instead of empty motivation, subscribe. Together, we will see what the rest of the world misses.